Well, I'm the Only Sir Cracker, and that was a quick update. Hey there, this is the Only Sir Cracker, and I'm coming to you from the front yard today. It's the Only Sir Cracker. Guess what? I knew the camera was on the entire time, because I'm having fun with you. So I'm doing something completely different today, and I would like you to sit and watch. I got the laptop out, I got a project going on, and so I'm going to record myself live on the video. Hey, speaking of which, hey, it's up, it's running. Hey there, I'm Sir Cracker, also known as the Only Sir Cracker, and today I'm doing something a little different. I'm bringing you along for the ride. What I'm gonna do is I'm in the process of shooting my next gardening video, and so I thought, why not let you have a side seat to get to watch me doing what I do? Alright, well, you guys keep watching because this is going to be freaking awesome. Alright, here we go. Okay, hey there, YouTube friends, Facebook friends, and Space Cadets and Dreamers. I have invited my Space Cadets and Dreamer friends on Facebook to join me in watching me live. That's right, live. Over here I've got my tablet my laptop sitting, and it's recording everything that's happening. Well, that's really cool because it's completely different. So now what I'm going to do, at the end of this video, if you want to see me do this live, I'm going to post a link underneath this video, and then that way you can watch me do the whole thing from start to end. So, okay, there is no outtakes. It is all straight through, no busting this up, no nothing. On that, on you, I will probably cut and snip and make it like I normally do, because that's what I do. So I thought, I'll give you a shot and see what it's looking like. So that's what that other video is. So if you want to go check it out, I don't know how long it is because I just now started doing it, but I thought, this would be kind of fun. So anyways, back to my little show. Today, I'm doing something a little extra special. I went and bought a tree. It is an apple tree. I hope you can hear me. The weather is really bad. It's raining, but it is a yellow transparent. It is a semi-dwarf. So this tree is going to be it's going to be dwarf because I'm going to make it dwarf. I am going to basically bonsai the crud out of it as time goes on, because that is going to live in here. Its new home, but it isn't going to look like this. No. What we're going to do, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it step by step. I got a 5-gallon bucket. Now, this 5-gallon bucket's got a plastic handle, so that way I don't have to worry about cutting it off or whatever. And what I'm going to do is all throughout this entire bucket, I'm going to drill holes. And I've got my drill right here. And I'm going to drill holes in this bucket all over, around the sides, the top, you name it. And then I've got some landscaping fabric here that I'm going to cut and fit. I'm going to wrap around it, and then I've got some zip ties. I'm going to zip tie it on, so then that way it doesn't fall apart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bucket, and it's going to go down inside. If you want to come check this out. It's going to actually go down inside the barrel, and it's going to sit in the middle of the barrel with its holes in it, and it's going to have its landscaping fabric on it, and then I'm going to fill it up with soil just to about the top of the barrel. On the outside of the barrel, I have got a hole saw, and I'm going to drill some holes all the way around the outside of the barrel, and I believe they're like 1-inch holes or 1.5-inch holes. And they're going to go all the way around, but they're only going to be the top section. So what that does, 1, it makes it a self-watering container. 2, it makes it air pruning. So the roots are going to go out, and when they get to the edge of the mesh, they're going to stop because the air is going to naturally prune the roots. So then that way they're going to be more feeding roots than they are big, huge chunk tap roots. There's no reason for this tree to have taproots and go crazy because it's going to have as much water as it could possibly want, desire, or need. And it's never going to overwater itself. because the holes are going to automatically drain, so that the level of water is going to be the same all the time, no matter what. And actually, I'll probably, thinking about it, I'll probably take the holes down a little bit further, so that way the reservoir isn't so big. This is a big tree. Apple trees are big trees, so it's going to have a lot of space as much as possible for the roots. So that's pretty much it. It is just a project of drilling holes and getting after I drill the hole so that the dirt don't fall through, I'm going to line the inside of it as well, up against the sides, with the landscaping fabric. So that's pretty much it at this point in time. So let me show you, I guess, how to drill. It's not too difficult. We'll start here with the bucket. So it's just a simple bucket. This one, I believe, had pickles in it from like my local fast food restaurant. They go through pickles like crazy. And it's simple. You just take your drill and you drill your holes. I would probably do them anywhere between 1/2 inch to 1 inch apart. It can be as random as you want. I gotta get my chuck and tighten that up, huh? As random as you want. It doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody's ever gonna see this again. When the tree finally does decide to die, well, then you're stuck with a barrel full of roots. I don't know what you're gonna do. But this is a great idea or great project for somebody who is either renting or wants apples, and doesn't want to have to pay $25 to $30 for a box of apples. And that's ridiculous when you can have your own tree and get 10 or 15 boxes of apples. And so I thought, what? Why not? That'd be a great idea. And then I'm going to put it out there in line with the rest of my barrels, and I can grow for the next 2 years probably. Grow maybe strawberries underneath it or something like that, so the space underneath the tree isn't wasted either. So that's kind of the idea. So I'm going to get to this. I'll be right back. One down out of, I don't know what I did here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 holes. This right here, I'm looking at, it's probably about 7 or 8 minutes so far, if not more. It's very time consuming. I have not marked them out. And the reason why I did that, I don't want to spend that extra time, and it doesn't matter if it's absolutely perfect. My OCD is so crazy and bad anyways that it isn't gonna matter. I'm gonna be really close to having the proper spacing all the way around, which I'm looking for about that inch. I tried running it in reverse, but it just wasn't cutting in reverse. And it's a brand new hole saw, so. But yeah, this is what I'm doing. And of course, I'm getting those ones have been falling in, but I'm getting these plugs. If the plug gets inside the hole saw, it's kind of a pain. You got to kind of wiggle it out and try to unscrew it out of the thing. So that's what I got so far. I did go down a little lower. Let me grab my 5 gallon. So this is what I've done with my 5 gallon bucket. Is I've taken just the regular drill, and this is, I want to say this is like an 1/8 inch or something like that. Probably 2 mil, maybe 3 mil. And I've drilled them all over, including down at the bottom, because this is going to be sitting down at the bottom of the container. If there's any water here in the bottom, I want it to be able to flow through. I want some circulation. I mean, it's going to be sitting solid, so it's not going to really circulate, but I want it to be able to have access to it if there's nothing stuck in. And of course the top. I just didn't drill in the whole center because I just, whatever, didn't even think about it. But it's not going to have to be perfect either. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to, of course, like I said, I got landscape fabric going to cover it, but as you can see, I decided to go lower than the container. And I think the reason, first of all, This is a big tree, a lot of roots. I want to go down with the roots as far as I possibly can. So I give this much space for those roots. A full-size apple tree is huge, and it's got a huge root ball. And I'm hoping that what's going to happen is when the roots get to the side here where the holes are, it's going to say, "Oh, wait, I got to stop. I can't go any further," and it'll stop, and it won't actually penetrate or try to penetrate through. And hopefully they won't circle. If the roots start circling around the inside of this, it's death to the tree. It's going to kill the tree because it'll just suffocate itself. And of course, there's no way to get an apple tree out of a container like this other than trying to slice the crud out of the container. And that's a nightmare. I don't even want to think about that. So that's what the whole purpose of the air pruning was. So yeah, I'm going to put the holes throughout the whole thing. I'm going to bring it probably all the way up to the top because I want to really put this tree up here high. What's going to happen is the soil over time is going to settle down, and eventually, I put the tree here, the base of the tree. Eventually, it's going to be 6 inches or so below the rim, and so I'm going to add compost to it over time, and horse manure, and whatever I can find to really give it some nutrients. The other thing that's really cool about having it this way is with the sides being open, it's not going to have too much water, and it's gonna dry the soil out a little bit more, which means I'll have to water it, more. But that's fine. That's not that big of a deal. So that's kind of where I'm at. I just got to keep drilling, and it's going to be probably a good hour. And I'm hoping I can do it without the rain coming back. It's pretty nasty. But as a matter of fact, let me show you really quick. Come with me. Let me show you where this thing's going. I'm going to pull this one out. And this one's going to go down here to the end. And that tree will be right here. So it's going to be, there's 2 trees here. There's almost nothing right here. I think this is the perfect spot for the tree. And oh my gosh, this is the first time I've been out here in 2 weeks. Come check out my rhubarb. Oh my goodness. See, I didn't even expect it. Last year, the rhubarb was in the white barrel, and it was way over on the other end, and it was in the dark. And from what I'm understanding about rhubarb is it needs full sun. It really loves the sun. And over there in the dark, it just didn't get it. So what's going to happen is this guy here is going to just explode all that sunlight. And then I've got this dark matter that's here. This is actually ground coffee. You can go to, I'm giving away a secret here, people. Pay attention. You can go to Starbucks, and they will give you, now I don't drink Starbucks, but I do take their coffee grounds. They will give you their coffee grounds for free. As a matter of fact, they want you to take them because then they don't have to pay for disposing of them. Coffee grounds are amazing. Not only is it good nutrients and minerals and that kind of stuff for your soil, it also is said to help your worm population. Your worms like it. It helps to keep down, or the possibility of keeping down some infestation. And if you want more information on it, I highly recommend go. I don't know everything right off the top of my head, but if you go online and check it out, this stuff is amazing. And it's great not only to add amended to your soil, but add it to your compost pile too. It's just coffee grounds, finely chopped Starbucks coffee grounds, and add it to your soil, and add it to your compost pile. And I'll tell you what, you think, oh, coffee, it's going to add a lot of acidity to my soil. It's going to change my pH. And it's going to, you know what? It's 100% healthy, organic. All of the acid that's in coffee is all sucked out of it when they use their machine and they suck it out. So why not? The other thing I changed since you've been out here, not really wanting to give you a tour. I want to show you the barrel, but my strawberries, they're not quite doing as well, I don't think. I've got a couple little ones here that are growing. I'm I'm going to try it one more time in this container with this setup. This is how I had it last year. It's up a little higher because I got a brick underneath it to display the weight. The base of this pot is so narrow that when the weight gets on it, it almost looks like it digs through the soil and pushes its way down. So I want to put that there to spread it out. I just don't have any good luck with strawberries. It doesn't matter what it's just always been that way. But I've got a little bit of green, so hopefully they don't dry out and die too fast on me. I'm still undecided on the smaller pots. If I do the smaller pots, I'm definitely going to probably put some peppers and tomatoes in those primarily. And then the other pots are all going to be probably other types of things like cabbage, and because I want those in a pot this year instead of the smaller containers. Broccoli, I'm thinking of cauliflower, and so in the brassica family. But I'm also thinking that I want to do some other stuff too. Maybe one of them I can do carrots. Back there I've got a container that I'm going to put pumpkins in, and it's in a good spot. My lilac bushes are coming up, and they're going to be just absolutely gorgeous. But the lilac bush that's right in front of that is really, really small, and I don't think it's going to overcrowd it. It's going to get a lot of sunlight there, hopefully. So we'll try that. Last year they were over here in the corner. They were too high up off the ground. The dogs got to them. It just was a nightmare. I didn't get any fruit on them. So hopefully this year they'll be over there and they'll do better. Okay. Enough of showing you what's going on. Come back here in a few seconds. You checking out my mess? It's probably get over here, hour and a half. I'm not exactly sure. It was kind of a pain in the butt. I got all these extra bits. I'm gonna have to take probably an X-Acto knife or something and go around the edges, clean it up. That's all just for looks. I mean, if you wanted to be really redneck, you just leave it. Doesn't matter. So I didn't go all the way to the top. And I was thinking about it as I was going along. Yes, I got a little lazy, but there's more to it than that. My thought process is, if I'm going to have stuff growing in here, let me turn around so you can a little bit better. If I'm going to have stuff growing in here, the roots for whatever I have growing around that tree, I want to have them to be able to get their roots in and not be harmed by the outside, just in case. But the other thing is, that landscape fabric, I'm going to bring it all the way up to the top. And so that way, it gives me an extra bit of security space so that the edge of it doesn't fall down or whatever, and dirt kind of sneaks out through the top. And I think it looks better. I think it looks good. What do you think, cameraman?
Yeah, it looks awesome.
It looks awesome. A lot of work. Not even done yet. So I still have to wrap this thing with my landscaping fabric. I got to put a thing of landscaping fabric around here. I got to put soil in it. I got to put a tree in it. And that's only part of the problem. I got that other barrel out there that's got to be moved. And it's raining, it's wet. I've been out here all day. I got grocery shopping and all kinds of errands that need to get done because it is Saturday. Only real day of the week that I can go out and do things that need to get done. So I gotta go do that too. Plus, I think we're having dinner with a friend or something tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the rest of my mess. Yep, that's a mess. And I'm gonna call it a day out here in the garden. I wish I YouTube friends, Facebook friends, and Space Cadets and Dreamers, if you all are watching. I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me, not only watching my video, but watching my other video. It has been an absolute pleasure, and thanks for bearing with me. Leave comments, please, subscribe, thumbs up, tell me what you think, what you like, don't like, so on and so forth. If you think there's anything I can do to make this project any better, or maybe next time I can change it up or whatever, let me know. we can discuss it, and I'm open to ideas and suggestions. And life throws you curveballs, and sometimes you look back and you're like, you know what, I could have done a better job at that. So if you think I could do better at this, let me know. All right. Anyways, rambling on. I'm the only Sir Cracker. Keep watching. Bye for now.